Hi, I am your panel host, Moochie. Sorry, well, I'm tangled up in my saxophone here. Welcome to my little experiment, we'll call this. I have 8 tracks for you. The first one I just played, that was called Breath of Life. That's actually the title track for the album. This album's kind of an amalgamation of just a bunch of things I've made throughout the past couple years. A little bit about me. I just finished my master's in saxophone last year in New Jersey. Thank you. I mostly focus on avant-garde experimental electronics, which is not at all what I'm going to be doing today for the most part, mainly because that's not usually what a typical audience wants to listen to. But I also really enjoy making EDM. You know, Porter Robinson, Snail's House, a lot of different artists. A lot of them have influenced me a great deal, and I did a lot of work making pieces like theirs while I was doing college. So this is kind of my own little tribute to those, while also making my own voice heard in those fields, I guess. let me go ahead and grab real quick, because I wrote out the set list for them, but I forgot to look at it myself. So this is super informal. I mostly grew up doing recitals, so I'm used to just talking in between every piece. So I hope you don't mind my voice. All right. Next up is something I actually made this past winter, which, funnily enough, the title of the track is called Winter. Not very original. But I like piano a lot. I can't play piano, but I like it a lot. So this is a piece that has a lot of piano. Thank you. So if that was a mishap, then this next one's even more of a mishap. This next tune is something I made, so me and a bunch of other music production furries, we love doing things called beat battles. If you don't know what a beat battle is, then the whole centric idea is that we all make a sample for each other in about like 10 minutes, and then we randomly assign that sample to someone else, and you get an hour to make a track out of it. That's what this upcoming one is. It's something I made splurged it. The name of it is just the date I wrote it, which is 2.12. The mistake in it, though, is that before this concert, I forgot to remove the other saxophone part that's in it so I could play instead. So we're going to do something fun today. I'm going to make a new saxophone part on top of it, live. I hope that my 6 years of saxophone will hold up and it will sound good enough for whoever's listening. But I look forward to it because this is still a very fun track. It's really loud, so I apologize in advance. But I hope you really like it. Thank you. A little out of breath. Sorry, give me a second. The next one is one of the first things I made for this album. I made it when I started my master's, which was about 3 years ago. At that time, I was telling myself I was going to make an album then. 3 years later. I'm just now doing it, but that's what happens with music sometimes. So this is kind of the first thing that happened to make me start really liking making EDM with a focus of saxophone. I don't really have much else to talk about with this one. This is just called Where Are You? Hi. So we're going to do the first of 2 covers today. I'll be 100% honest. I made this cover last night. This is not really an EDM tune. It uses electronics. I've had this tune stuck in my head for literal years. Being a music major, I know quite a bit, enough about music history to talk about it. This piece is called Hard Times Come Again No More. Does anyone know that tune? Has anyone ever heard of it? No? Yes? I see a thumbs up. So that makes me happy. This is, oh, good. Okay, there's a few more, and that makes me not feel so nerdy. So this is what we call an American heritage tune. It was made by a guy named Stephen Foster, 1840s. Unfortunately, with a lot of music back then, a lot of it was minstrel music, which, if you don't know what that is, I don't want to talk about it here because that's a gross topic. But this song was one of the ones he released that was not catered towards racism, basically. In fact, this is one of the few tunes where he was inspired by his time in a Southern Baptist church, and wanted to have this melody reach the masses. Stephen Foster died at 37, not a penny to his name, but he made so many American culture pieces that we possibly know of today in other forms. But I've had this tune stuck in my head, especially because there's a brass quartet version, which if you've ever gone on YouTube and watched documentaries for fun, like I'm sure all of us do, and if you've ever seen science ones by a guy named Bobby Broccoli, he uses this at the end of one of his videos, and I love that quartet arrangement of this. I've listened to so many variations of the songs with lyrics, with instrumentals, everything else, and I wanted to have my own version of it because it means a lot to me. The key chorus of it essentially just talks about wanting better for everyone around us. And I feel like that speaks more today than anything else, especially with the current situation we're all in. So I won't talk too much more. Here's Hard Times Come Again No More. We're already halfway through. I'm going to take a little bit more time to just talk because chops need a rest. I've been doing a warm-up, and then I was backstage, and now I'm here. So it takes some time just for these to not feel like crap. How's everyone enjoying the con? Is everything good? Woo! I actually just moved here a couple months ago now, because I said I did my master's in Jersey, and then I moved up here, and now I'm with some of my best friends. It's really cool. I love it here in Albany. It reminds me of my it reminds me of my hometown, actually. I'm from Ohio originally, from Southeastern, so we're like next to the mountains and everything, and it's so beautiful here. New Jersey sucks. It's really flat and boring, and I'm sorry if anyone here is from New Jersey, but it wasn't for me. I couldn't do it. So I'm glad to have escaped that penal colony that we call New Jersey. This next one is more of like a little blurb than anything else. It's just called Within. I had this originally on guitar. I also play guitar, just, it's fun. And I did some guitar recordings, and it wasn't really fitting how I wanted it to be. And then I realized, oh yeah, I play saxophone. So I just did all the guitar parts on saxophone, and it's nice. So I have a little melody that I play over top of it, did some granular things to the saxophone. It's actually really pretty. I like it a lot. So this is Within. It's really chill, and thank you so much again for being here. That's enough of the big horn. The last two pieces are going to be on the tiny one, so I get a bit of a break. So I'll just talk about the last two and then do them in succession. What time is it, by the way? 4? So we're running pretty ahead. I took an hour block just in case anything happened, but as you can see, a lot of these aren't too long, and I just enjoy playing, so I just play them, and then they're done. So these next two, I have one original and one more cover for you. This next one is the original. This is called Hey, I'm Listening. I really like speed garage music, and so I wanted to try making my own. That's really about it for this one. I was pretty happy with how it turned out. I don't know. I guess you'll hear it. And then the last one is a song that I'm pretty sure everyone in this audience knows. So I guess I'll keep it hidden. I mean, I assume everyone knows it. Maybe that's, you know what they say about assuming. But I'm going to see if everyone recognizes it anyway. It's a pretty recognizable tune. So, and I mean, if you like Porter Robinson, then you'll probably know it. So, well, he didn't make it, but you know the whole, I don't know. If you know about the song, then you know what's going on with it. So anyways, here are the last two pieces. This one is Hey, I'm Listening, and then there's a cover. Thank you so much again for being here. Thank you so much again for coming. This will be released on Bandcamp by the end of the month is the hope. So if you want to check me out, it's going to be the same name as what is, that's not there, but Moochie. That's there somewhere. I don't know where it is. Yeah, it's on the poster. It's on everything. You can find me there. So thank you so much again for listening. This really means a lot. And we have a drummer coming up in a couple hours, I believe, right? So if you want to see awesome drums, come at like 6:30. Is that right? 6:30? Yeah? 5, 6? Oh, 5:30. Then we're good. Yeah, 5:30 in an hour. Come see drums. Thank you so much again.